Hi everyone, Bernard here with the latest city. This is the new citizen present at the moment. What I'm going to do is every 3 or 4 days, obviously work permitting, etc. I'm going to do a little vlog on what's out there on the social media. Some bit of fun as well to make us all laugh. You know, a bit of a laugh. We need a bit of humour, don't we? There might be a bit of gallows humour in there. There might be a little bit of bad language because obviously, as you know, if you watch any of my citizen vlogs, I always have a quick look on the Twitterverse. So I'll have a quick look at Facebook as well today as Twitter. What's out there? You know, from an information point of view, from a fun point of view, from a City fan point of view as well. So just a little something now to keep these City presents going along with the, of course, if you're a regular, please subscribe to the channel. You know about these little City quizzes I'm doing. I'm trying to do a couple of those every week. But I mean, personally, again, I've literally worked from home from the last couple of years because I've been self-employed doing. I do stuff online. If you know my movie vlogs, I do obviously DVD stuff like this. So obviously under the circumstances, it's been a bit of a struggle. So I've been looking for a secondary job, if you like. But obviously I did work for Asda supermarkets a couple of years ago briefly, and I got the nod that obviously they were. All these supermarkets, as the Tesco, Sainsbury's, all seem to be after temporary staff, aren't they? So I got the nod that if I'd be willing, I could go back in and help out there. Obviously, I'm no health worker, I'm no doctor, but at least it's me doing a little bit. And so within 24 hours, I already started back, and I'm sort of working at Asda again for now. So obviously I've got that plus my other little job. So the 50 or 60 hours work I've been doing previously is still there. It's probably going to go up a little bit, but I'll try and get these little vlogs out and stuff here. And I'm sure everybody else is trying to do the same. All the other city vloggers and podcasters are trying to put as much out there as they can. So for people who have to stay at home, obviously there's a lot of people having to do that now. But ironically, now from actually staying at home for most of the last two years, from a working point of view, I've now got to be out there like 4 to 5 days a week. So there's irony for you, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, we're going to have a look at a little bit on Twitter and a little bit on Facebook today. Let's have a quick look at Twitter, and I would say if there's no problem with copyright, I'm not too I don't know how we really stand on these sort of things. So if it looks as though it's not copyright, there might be things I'll show you, and obviously other things I'll just tell you about. People to follow, etc., on Twitter and obviously on their Facebook. At Delooney, I think he's taken DELOONEY. He obviously is based on another gentleman. I wonder who that is, but he does some quite good stuff. And obviously he featured a picture. I'm going back to the 18th of March when I started doing these. And obviously he posted a picture of an empty Etihad. And he said, I see the City fans haven't bothered turning up again tonight. So obviously that was before the supposed Real Madrid game. So what if you want to give at Miguel Delooney a follow on Twitter, he's always got stuff there. It's absolutely some really good stuff. And he's obviously taken the mick of some other guy. Dr. Gary James, at Gary James writer. I think I've mentioned this a few times before. He's writing the authorised biography of Peter Barnes. If you've memories of him playing at any of his clubs or for England, feel free to email barnes@manchesterfootball.org. So yeah, that'll be, as ever, another great book. Manchester City on Twitter, as you know, they're putting out some bits and bobs now, aren't they? And the app here that actually they've put a couple of things on now. You know, they've actually it was sort of stuck for a while, nothing on it for a few days, but obviously they've actually agreed to it's free now from a certain date. Unfortunately, a lot of people obviously had their payment took out the day before this free version came out, so you don't have to pay for it. But at the end of the day, mine was taken out at the end of February, but obviously some people literally with the day before this announcement was made had the £1.99 taken out of the account. So that was quite not funny, but obviously a lot of people a little bit up in arms. So cheers, mate. You know, you've done this, you've made it free, but you still took me £1.99 out. So that was quite funny. But anyway, that is free now. So if you've never done it, I mean, take advantage now. There's some okay stuff on it. I say it could be a lot better, but obviously perhaps we've got the mind on other things, City, at the moment. Kippax Bill at Kippax Bill. I mean, a few people have been posting this. It's about Europe to unite in singing of Liverpool anthem, You'll Never Walk Alone, to show coronavirus togetherness. And you only have to go on his site, look at the comments on there to see what all's to be said about that. And City have been putting out different things. They've done like a noughts and crosses with their club team badges, hasn't they? And they do these colour-in things as well. So obviously they give you a blank thing like obviously there for Tevez. Is it coming out there on the camera? It's very bright today as well. I've tried to pull the shades down. Anyway, and then obviously people are colouring them in. And I think the best thing is you do this and you go onto the Manchester City site at Man City. But the best thing is just start looking through the comments and things sent in. There's some really not obviously there's some obviously non-City fans sending things in. But the best bit about those is actually reading through some of the comments. I'm not going to go through more today, but I mean, you sort of get sort of images like that we're familiar with the homecoming, etc. So you get all sort of things like that. You get someone put the picture and then reposted CU something T underneath. Obviously not a City fan. So, but it's quite funny. So if you go on at Manchester City and look at those colouring things, and if you want to colour them in on the computer, and this is where you're getting all different types of things. If I can show you a good one. Someone apologised for singing Herman Munster's Head. Just find a good one. There's a good one here that's obviously you've got him like in the modern kit. People have done it in the with the purple sleeves, etc. Different things. But, you know, you get stuff like that, which is either an adult being funny, an adult who obviously is not very good, or a youngster doing it. So, you know, this is the sort of thing. So please get onto the Manchester City site and have a look at those. They're always worth a look at what's going on there. On Squawker, they did it. Squawker. They did at Squawker. They compared the Man City and Liverpool's joint record 18-game winning streak. So, I mean, it goes through everything, and it's, you know, goals scored, etc., and how did they do and things like that. So that's quite interesting. Going to at Squawker. That's interesting. And of course, City win that. I mean, of course, we're going to win in the end, aren't we? SQUAWKA. But that was quite good. That's on. It might be on other sites as well, but I saw that on at Squawker. A goal with the tick. I'm not a site I follow, to be honest with you. I don't. Some of the rubbish they put, they put some, not rubbish, but I'm a City fan. I don't want to hear anything detrimental about City or other clubs particularly. So I don't particularly follow a goal, but goal with the blue tick on Twitter. And one of the things this week was name 3 teams you've watched that are better than Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, or can't you? Like that. I mean, yeah, I know it's asked, obviously. And then at Unica, YANNICK AAA has wrote, well, 3 things: Manchester City 2017, Manchester City 2018, Manchester City 2019. So I think we all agree with that, don't we? The League magazine at League Mag on Twitter got a great image of the 1893 FA Cup final between Everton and Wolverhampton Wanderers, and it was played at Fallowfield. I mean, this is obviously a city pass thing, isn't it? Fallowfield in Manchester. So if you got some great images on there. So if you go to at the League Mag, if you like your history, like me, if you like that sort of thing, some great stuff on there. A birthday cake that was posted. It's quite an interesting one. Obviously, a City birthday cake that was posted recently. Not bad at all. I don't think it's from a professional shop. I think it's from someone who's just done it. I mean, it's certainly not bad. That, I mean, that's at Fenny O'Lee Pile. I mean, there you go. So he's obviously posted that. A West Ham fan posted this thing of the 1970. I won't show you that because it might be copyright. I'm not sure if it is, but obviously it was this 1970 West Ham game where they beat us at Main Road 5 when I was there that day. Obviously, it shows where Joe Corrigan kicks out and the West Ham player just kicks it over his head back into the net. So that's always good to look at. And the guy's name he's a West Ham fan, but he's obviously does City stuff as well. It's Vinny at Vinny WHUFC. So that's not bad. We have a bit of a link with West Ham fans, don't we, these days? So we'll allow that. And obviously, remember to wash your hands frequently for at least 20 seconds. There's a lot of images and videos coming out to accompany the 20 seconds. And obviously, again, I'm not going to show you because of copyright, but it's during the 20 seconds. What could we do in 20 seconds? Well, we could probably put 6 past United, couldn't we? So there's a video of that. So if you go on to, I've seen that in a couple of places, but that's on at City Extra Media. So have a look on there for that if you've not spotted it yet on Twitter. Great picture from at Robert M. Dawes from Football Retro Plus. It's just an image, really. It's just, again, Rodney Marsh and Dennis Law, absolutely fantastic with the main road there. But it's great for those, again, with the history guys like me, you love it. And it's nice to see. We're used to it, aren't we? We're used to seeing the Wembley Arch blue, aren't we? But it was nice to see. And this is thanks to at DJWSKY Blue, BLU. And obviously it was the NHS being thanked, and the Blue Arch, obviously with the NHS colours. So that's nice to see. We're used to that, aren't we? We're used to seeing the Arch blue these days. At Relisano, with no football, that's Peter Simpson at Relisano. With no football, thought I'd post some stats about Man City women. I don't really get involved with the women. I hope they do well, but it's not something. The top 10 appearances, he's put 174 Steph Horton, 167 Jill Scott, 145 Kira Walsh, 137 Demi Stokes, 127 Lil Keats, 114 Jay Beatty, 114 Stanway Georgia, 111 ABSS_5. You'll know that if you obviously follow the City women. 110 Izzy Christiansen, is it 17? And 98 KL Barsley. So obviously that's interesting. If you're into your women's stuff. On that City_extra, who obviously I follow, do a lot of stuff on there. They put the Premier League is tentatively scheduling a plan to involve games starting from June the 1st. Well, good luck with that one, to be honest with you. I doubt it very much. And I'm not going to show you this, but if you just want some, adults only, not for kids, this one. But obviously it's I'm not going to show you because there will be copyright problems, but please go on at Rex Chapman, capital R, capital C, at Rex Chapman. Some funny stuff on there. It won't be to everyone's cup of tea, but there's just one thing that I saw today that really made me laugh, and it's concerning, it's titled, "It's Starting, the SHIT's Getting Weird. Also, the internet is undefeated and I'm dead." And it's obviously about an American guy who's commenting about this woman that approached him. So please, if you get a chance, just you don't have to follow him, just find him at Rex Chapman and look out for It Starting, SHIT's Getting Weird. And please watch that, and it's really funny. I can't play it on here because I think of copyright, and it is bad language, so adults only. So that's Twitterverse this week on there. Quick look on Facebook, what I've been posting or reposting. Obviously, my thanks actually to JSGC, who's given us a mention in one of his vlogs. One of the lads I mentioned on my review of all the people doing City vlogs and podcasts last week. My thanks and appreciation, who gives us a mention on there. Cheers, JSGC. And obviously he's doing stuff now. Obviously he's asking for ideas of what to do. So please, if you don't follow JSGC, get on there and give him a follow. He's on Twitter at JSGC171. So you can all find all his links from there anyway. So obviously yesterday was looking at who has progressed under Pep, and he come up with some unusual things. You know, some players that I personally wouldn't say have improved. Certainly within the last few months, perhaps they've improved from when he joined. But so that's an interesting piece. Please, again, all my appreciation for JSGC for giving me the mention. Please give him a follow. Obviously, I do my movie things, and if you follow me on Bernard Deneen at Charles Deneen, obviously that's one of my Facebook accounts, and I also have at nostalgia_movie. So anything movie-wise, TV drama-wise, I have stuff on there. So if you've had a fix of City stuff and you just want to look at movies or poster, I do little poster specials, etc. Please have a look on all the lists. All the links are below in my thing. Let's have a look. What else we've got? A bit of humour, a little bit of bad language here, so I hope you don't mind. Just been in Morrison's and watched a bloke buy all the mussels, crabs and lobsters. I thought, you shellfish bastards. So that was Neil McPherson on Facebook. I thought that was quite funny. Shame about Kenny Rogers. Yeah, I actually sold 3 Kenny Rogers DVDs yesterday. I thought, oh, that's unusual. And then I read this morning that he's passed away. So our condolences, but you know, that's how it is. Ian Stapleton, who does some good stuff on Facebook. Weatherspoons pubs aren't closing till Monday to give folk a chance to get back from the toilet. So that's quite funny from Ian. And this is an image here. Ian Stapleton. Again, another funny one. Cheer you up. Breaking news. Police would like to speak to this woman seen leaving Asda earlier this evening. Could be any store, obviously, but... So, I mean, if it makes you laugh, that's all we need, isn't it? And that's great from Ian Stapleton. Some really good stuff there. And I say, if you do follow him on Facebook, there's things out there how to make your own hand sanitizer. Which, so if you go on YouTube and just put that in, you'll find people telling you how to do that if you're desperate. Of course, if Dzeko celebrated his 34th birthday, was it yesterday or the day before? So happy birthday to Edin Dzeko. There's another Forever Blue, Ian Cheeseman. So a little plug for Ian Cheeseman. He's not letting the grass grow. Obviously, he's done a Forever Blue match day vlog with about 5 or 6 of his guys and what they're up to and things about football and other things. So he's going to be out there doing stuff, even though there's no actual football. So don't forget Ian Cheeseman, of course, who has got his mention. It's always nice to see some great photos. Ian Newton updated his cover photo. That's Ian Newton. And if you're going to update a cover photo, there's not much, that's probably not much better than that. I'd probably stood in that position and looked across there many times. I sort of stood on every probably part of the Kippax terracing over my time there, from one end to the other. So I probably stood in a very close position to that. A nice touch, coronavirus. I think Manchester United and Manchester City have donated a combined, is it 100,000 to various things for the coronavirus. I'm not sure what. Donate combined 100k to Foodbanks. That's 100,000 to Foodbanks. So that's absolutely fantastic. Someone did say City had donated 80,000, United donated 20, but I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, that's a bit unfair. Obviously, on my Facebook, if you do my Facebook, every day I try and do little things on this day. So obviously, it could be a match program or newspaper clippings and things like that. This just gives you an idea of the sort of thing you'll do. This was from a stub from the 21st of March 1978. So I'll do it on this day, and it'll just be a match ticket stub. So obviously that was against Liverpool. So I do little things like that. So if you're interested, if you follow me on Facebook at Bernard Deneen on Facebook, again, you'll find the links below. I do little things like that, and obviously old games. So on this day, a match from the past, and obviously my vlogs and stuff of months and things like that. So please go on there if you're bored of things to do. Obviously, you've got images like this, haven't you? This is shocking, isn't it? On Facebook and Twitter, and these people, they need sorting out, and they need a word, don't they? Someone needs to have a word with them, because those sort of people, as I say, as to yesterday, obviously people are restricted now, and we have security guards protecting the alcohol aisle and the obviously emergency exits around there, because the things people are getting up to, there's a lot of good out there, but as we know, there's a lot of bad as well. So we need to sort that out. Yeah, another thing on Manchester City, just a little thing. They were showing you how to draw the City badge, a rough thing of how to draw it, which is quite interesting. As I say, if you look onto the Manchester City website, they're trying to keep everyone entertained with their little thing. I have to keep scrolling back down through this Facebook thing. My apologies. Obviously, on this day, I did 20th of March 93 when we drew with United, and my headline was Fergie's wobbling. So that's the sort of thing we do. Obviously, the Man City Fan TV, they have obviously putting out lots of content, and they have the FIFA 20, so you can actually play the season through with on their FIFA 20 series career mode. So that's quite interesting. They're up to episode 13 on that. So on Man City Fan TV. So you want to get out there and watch that. I do reviews on retro board games as well. So please, there's stuff out there if you're interested in that. This one, it's Steve, a gentleman on Twitter called Steve Black, and he just posts a little 10, 15, 20-second thing, and it's just wild, like wild birds or animals and that. And that's really good. Give Steve Black, if you're into your nature stuff, he's always posting little images of rare, birds that you don't see every day. So, but they're all UK based, I think, and all animals, etc. So give him a thing. That's another thing I'll do on the cities and the city past, like a newspaper clipping from a day in the past, and more or less the day or certainly the month it happened. So that's Peter Reid signing a new contract there. So there you go. There's a sort of little thing that's like a new, so that's beyond this day. It'll be a match, and there'll be all images and match reports. And I usually try and get to a quality where you can zoom in and read the reports as well if you're really interested. Obviously, the Hitler thing's got a re-airing, hasn't it? Where Hitler's, is it from the film Downfall, one of my favourite films. And obviously Hitler's moaning about things, and obviously the latest one obviously involves the Liverpool parade, etc. So please have a look out for that. Obviously, if you go onto YouTube and put Hitler Liverpool homecoming or something like that, you'll find it. But there's another one out there, and it's absolutely superb and funny. So please do that. Yeah, I mean that's the nature thing. I mean, it's just I don't even know what that's, a buzzard. So and you just get a little clip about a buzzard and what he's up to. So yeah, give him a follow. He does some really good stuff. I've got a little thing on Beagry there. I think we're coming to the end on Facebook. Information-wise, I don't think there's much else we can tell you on there. Yeah, I mean, if I haven't got newspaper clippings, like I'll show the front cover of the programme and something inside. That was interesting from isn't it Warren Clark? I always knew he was a City fan, but apparently he was also a Fulham fan because he worked in London, so obviously he started supporting Fulham as well. But I think he was a City fan in the main. So once the blue, so I'll do a regular feature of City players who perhaps moved on, so they're in kits that we're not familiar with. That's Peter Barnes, obviously at West Ham, but some guy did say, obviously, when he scored against City for West Brom, he did a jig in front of the Kippax. I don't remember that, because as far as I have chatted to Peter Barnes when we did a charity football thing once, and I always got the impression he was a big City fan with his dad Ken, obviously, but just seemed an odd thing to do. Does anyone else remember that? I mean, I don't. I probably was at that game. I don't remember. I mean, but someone reminded me of that the other day, and it just seemed a strange thing. Perhaps it's the time, then it was different to what it is now, but it just seemed a strange thing for a City fan to do. But if you remember that, let me know in the comments. I must admit, I just sort of forgot about that. And I'll finish off with this one, and this is like I do a Cities in the past as well, and obviously just pictures. And you've got the wonderful mercurial John Mercer, obviously Mr. Swales there, Peter Swales. But that's the sort of thing. So if you follow me on Facebook, and I repost lots of stuff from other people, again, information, humour, whatever. And obviously, as I say, I'm on Twitter, Bernard Deneen, at Charles Deneen, or Nostalgia_movie, but obviously all the football stuff's on the Nostalgia_movie Twitter account. Anyway, so that's that. I hope you enjoyed that. Something a little bit different, just over 20 minutes. I hope you don't get too bored. There's a lot of City stuff out at the moment. Obviously, part 5 of my history of cities out, which takes us from 10 years from 1924-25. 3 trips to Wembley. That wasn't too bad, was it? I think we go a lot now, don't we? 3 trips to Wembley in 10 years in between 1924 and 1934. Obviously, we've got that's out there at the moment, proving really popular. The manager of Manchester City quiz part 1. I've done part 2, but that'll be out in the next few days. So I'm doing a couple of other things on there before that comes out. So please have a look at that. Obviously, and how to get your fix of City. I've got a Pep quiz as well. There's a quiz on Pep. How well do you know Pep? I didn't know him very well, unfortunately. So see how you score on that. Obviously, there's a City March 1992. And very soon I'll be looking at April 2002. It's all done and dusted. Obviously, I'll be putting out in the next few days as well, content there on the cities and vlogs past. Obviously, there'll be more quizzes. There's a quiz on grounds. There's a quiz on special moments coming up in City's history. Just a little bit. I don't do any great technical thing. I don't have the equipment to do it, but just a little bit of manual. Showing you images and doing things. And there's guess the grounds one as well, which is quite good. 15 grounds and little sections of ground you have to try and guess and taken from various things. So please do that. I mean, it has been. I've just realised. I mean, it's 19th of February. City last. I mean, I watched City obviously in the Carabao Cup. I didn't get to any other games apart from the home game. So it's 19th of February last played at the Etihad. So almost 5 weeks now, isn't it? It's, and we've got a lot more time to come. So want to be interesting, but I'll say, even though I'm probably working longer hours than ever, even though I've been doing 50-60 hours weeks for the last 2 years anyway, I'm probably even going to be working longer hours, but I do enjoy doing these for you, and I hope you enjoy them as well. So any thumbs ups are always great, and please any comments, good or bad. I mean, we don't want bad ones, do we? What are the bad comments? I did go through a phase when I started doing these. I used to get sort of just a big group of downticks, and it was obviously people who just, I don't know, just obviously didn't like me, or for whatever reason. I mean, obviously, touch wood, it sort of died a death and he got bored with doing it. But why? I mean, I just don't understand. People are trying to put good content out there. I just don't understand. Whoever you are, whatever grievances you've got, let's look after each other. We have to, don't we? If you watch I've nearly 260, 270 vlogs now I've done on City and movies, etc., stuff like that. I always say, look after yourself, look after your friends, look after your family. But in these times, look after each other, as well as we can. If we're isolated, I'm not very isolated at the moment. I'm spending more time mixing than ever, but I have to be careful, wash my hands, bottle of water. I believe that's one thing. Yeah, I mean, bottled water every 15 minutes or so. I mean, if you do, and the germs come into your mouth, something like that. I mean, it's just a quick drink of water every 15 minutes washes the germs down if you inhale them through your nose and your mouth into your stomach, where they will be killed. So I mean, that was a good tip. And I'm not a big fan of drinking, even when I go out speed walks and the odd little jog I used to do, which I've had to put on the back burner now because I'm doing a lot of miles walking around the supermarket now. So yeah, that's a good idea to take. I always have. So I keep one in every room now, and obviously I'll take one with me to work, etc. When I have to go out to work, as well as having it here when I'm working. So anyway, these are little tips out. In this sort of thing, I'll give out to you. As I said, any humour that I spot, I'll share with you. And I'll try and do one of these every 2 or 3 days if you want. I mean, if no one watches them, fair enough. I'll knock them on the head. But while there's no City current games going on, I'll do these City presents with me, quizzes and these little information things, and a little bit of lighter stuff as well, a bit of humour for us all. We need it, don't we, in this at this time? Anyway, look after everybody. Look after yourself. Look after your friends. Look after your family. And thanks for watching this and joining me. And look after yourselves and look after everybody. Let's get over this. And it's, as I say, it's going to start by the 1st of June, was it? I can't see it myself, to be honest with you. But hey, we'll see. Let's see. But you never know. We may knock this on the head. I believe China has come through the other side, and people start to move about again now. So they started it all, and they're all getting, whatever reason. I mean, they didn't do it deliberately, did they? I'm sure. So it's just one of those things, isn't it? But anyway, I don't get political. I don't. There's a lot of, as City fans, I mean, the thing about politics is we may all support City or football or whatever, but we can't always agree politically, can we? So I stay clear because it just creates upset, and I'm not going to get political about the virus. It's one of those things. Let's all stick together and get it sorted. Whoever's, it's good to see actually that I have seen some government ministers and opposition being quite positive about each other and what's been done. Obviously there's still criticism, bound to be, but that's what we want, innit? We've got to all stick together. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll join me again for something very soon. There's loads of links below and in the cards at the end of this thing of some things I've done recently. It's a bird saying goodbye. Hopefully I'll see you all again very soon.